So we know our Krishna's pastimes also when his guru, his spiritual master, Sandipana Muni, his guru and his wife, when Krishna and Balram came and asked, we want Guru Dakshina, because there was no fees, school fees those days, and they used to go and study under the spiritual master. Similarly, Krishna and Balaram also were sent to Sandipa Muni ashram in Ujjain. So they were not ordinary students, and the teacher came to know that they were not ordinary students, and they learned 64 arts in 64 days. Morning teacher will teach, and by night they will become master in it. So after their education, when Guru Dakshina was asked, Sandipa Muni knew how great they are, and he asked his wife, and they asked that in Prabhasa Kshetra, when they had gone for pilgrimage, their son died there. So they knew, so powerful, Krishna and Balram, they could do something for their son to come back. So they, when Krishna and Balram went to Prabhasa Kshetra and told the water, who the deity there, he asked, please return back. You have actually swallowed our Guru's son. So that the deity of that river came out and told, actually, I am not the one who have taken your child. There is one demon in the form of the conch. His name is Panchajanya. So if you want, you can go and fight with him. So Krishna and Balram, Krishna actually jumped inside the ocean, inside that river, and he killed that demon, and he made that as a conch. So he didn't find, after he killed that demon, he didn't find the son within that womb or within that shell. So then he took the conch shell, and then they went directly to Yamaraja's kingdom, and there he started blowing the conch. So Yamaraja ran and came, and he took him, he asked what is the reason, what they have come for, because he knew that they are the Supreme Lord and he cannot fight with them. So the Lord ordered him, so you have to give my Guru's son. So immediately Yamaraja returned the child, and they brought and gave it to Guru. The Guru became so happy. So the Guru said, my dear Krishna and Balarama means who always gives pleasure, great pleasure to all the devotees, and he blessed Lord Krishna. He asked, what do you want more? So the Guru said, I don't want anything. I have been very pleased by you. And he gave benediction to Krishna and Balarama. He said, you have done enough for me, and I am now completely satisfied. And he said, I am blessed because I have got disciples like you, and overall it's my duty as a Guru to give you blessings. So I bless you. So what Guru is blessing, you see, is the Supreme Lord, and he is doing his duty as a disciple, and the Guru is doing a duty of blessing him. My dear boys, you may go home now, because it is after their training. Krishna and Balaram, when they came to meet the Guru, he had asked for some benediction, and they had got. So the Guru is blessing that now you can go home, and your glorious acts of yours will always be renowned all over the world. So you will be known all over the world, and above all that blessing, it is my duty to bless you. And what is that is, your teachings, whatever you speak, will remain ever fresh. Will remain ever fresh as Vedas, because Vedas are always fresh. Your teachings will be honored not only within this universe or in this millennium, but in all places and all ages, and will be remaining increasingly new and important. So, due to this benediction of this teacher, actually Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, you see, is ever increasingly fresh and is renowned not only within this universe, this India, it's also famous in America, not only America, UK, anywhere, even the Arabians, they appreciate Bhagavad Gita, and it is also famous all over the universes. So, being ordered by his guru, Krishna and Balaram, they went back to their kingdom, to Mathura,